What's up, guys?
I just wanted to see how long I could like stand here without them saying anything. All right, so we are at Marc's big old shop. I'm gonna look at this. Look at the size of Marc's warehouse. This is like your storage area. He just finished Maydel's van, right? And Mike, right? He came this time around. And we are going to talk to Maydel and Mike and Marc, the builder. You and I did a video not too long ago. It was really interesting because I got to see this thing empty, and now I get to see it finished. We'll apologize. The acoustics are obviously a little echoey and loud, but once we get inside, I promise they're gonna be fine. Let's get into the entire tour with Marc's Nomadik Customs' newest creation. It is an absolute artisan masterpiece. Let's get into this. You know, where did this all start? You met Marc a while back, Maydel.
Right. In the 80s, I lived in a van, a 69 VW van. I saw a lot of van life videos and the van life hashtag going around, and I went, oh, that would be, and tiny homes. So I think I started out going, how cool would it be to build a tiny home? And I would fantasize about that, and then I went, it's too big to do anything, and there's no way to build it here. And then I went to Schoolies, and then I went, it's still too big, and researched it for like a year, maybe. We bought one, and I thought I could build it out myself. No.
No? How long, so when was that process? Like how long did it take you from like, all right, I'm gonna build it, and then you're like, nah, I'm gonna go and find a builder?
Well, I thought the major systems that I would need to get done were definitely things I couldn't do. I wanted a cruise and comfort air conditioner. I didn't know I wanted the Van Life Tech heat, but that's insanely great. Mainly electrical and the cruise and comfort I wanted. So I knew I would have to get somebody else to do that, and then I reached out to Marc. I actually saw him on Judy's tour.
Okay, I'm
van.
sorry about that.
And she had the cruise and comfort, and I went, finally, somebody who can do a cruise and comfort install. And then it just sort of was like, why not get him to do it? He's a woodworker, and it would be so great.
Seriously, like an art piece in there.
And I'll have to say too that Maydel had her stuff figured out, knew what she wanted. She came to us with a big long list of everything that she wanted. But moreover, I could put Maydel on a sourcing task, and I would get 40 options of what we could use. And
you actually went through like a couple different things. Like you went through, like, for example, like just the tile in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
You actually changed it up. You went from one thing to another,
yeah,
and then
this real expensive, beautiful tile from actually a place that was in Portland, and then it was like we opened the boxes and went, oh, this is like a 1/4 inch thick tile. This is ridiculous. So I just found some penny tile from Home Depot, and
it worked.
It's better.
Marc, do you want to add anything to this? You know, I know it's a long process, and mostly because I think you have the works in this thing.
What's interesting is like when you look at it, we don't have all the bolt-on bumpers and racks and all the things that really you would think would kind of more personalize the vehicle. What we did do is we really dove in, it did a deep dive into Mike and Maydel's wants and quality.
It is not an easy thing to do, handcrafted stuff, yeah. I mean, you don't even have a CNC machine here, dude.
We don't have a CNC machine, so like these little grooves that you see here, those are all like hand cut.
Yeah, that's
so
like...
everything about our business and what we're doing is handcrafted.
Well, at this point, I've definitely put up a lot of pictures and photos or videos of the van, but let's step in and let's kind of go into some, like, deep dive into some details, if that's okay. Obviously, the owners of the van are standing in there because it's their van.
Yes.
The builder, let's stick him outside. He spent too much time in this van anyways.
I've spent enough time in this van.
Went with the 2 swivels up front.
Yes.
And no shelf as like a bulkhead or like a bulkhead shelf.
No, this is fine. Don't hit your head.
Right.
It's great.
Whose color choice was this?
It's all my color choices.
Oh, I love it.
The greens and the oranges of this wood, and I had wanted cherry or something like that, and Marc suggested this Douglas fir. It's better than cherry, in my opinion. It's local and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, Marc, I don't know where you get your lumber from, but it's
all
amazing.
Local, and some of this is actually old growth, vertical grain.
I mean, that's what your also background is, a lot of woodworking.
Yeah.
So you know wood better than almost anybody, I think.
Little detail things like wood is going to move a lot and do a lot of different things in different climates and elevations.
You also know that we couldn't nail a hardwood floor down, which I wanted. You know, it's like, I want some reconstituted old growth hardwood. That's not a really good thing to have in a van, and it makes sense, total sense.
Plus, you also have a radiant floor heater, yeah.
Right, you can't nail into that. So.
Out of sight, out of mind. People don't understand that this is a hydronic heated floor system.
Yeah.
I had it in my van, and the absolute game changer of all game changers.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you guys to enjoy it in the wintertime. The upholstery done behind you is actually matched throughout. So, right? If I'm not correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's matched throughout the entire vehicle. But a shout out to my upholsterer as well. You can see all kind of the horizontal lines in that fabric, dealing with a multiple shaped curved structure. And he was able to like seam all of that stuff together. He got all those lines to match. So
amazing.
to the eye,
Yeah.
the reveal is actually just striking, as opposed to it being a mishmash of patterns.
And
way
this
too much
color
time.
choice was kind of mine, but he picked this based on this Welsh blanket that I bought.
This blanket right here?
No, the patterned one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a Welsh wool blanket. And
All right, so Maydell, you went through a ton of different color choices and understanding everything, and then you were just like, Mark, you take your Artisan
Yes.
and go to the next level with it.
Yep.
So who picked the layout?
I think it was kind of collaborative.
I love
It was
that.
collaborative.
And you went with these two front seats, and then you have, did you know this table was coming?
No.
No, that was a surprise.
Yeah, this table is fabulous.
Mark, this is one of your crew.
Yeah, it's actually a table that I put together, epoxy table. I love.
Oh yeah, it's just a epoxy table. It's no big deal, dude.
Well,
those tables are not easy to do. You
Yeah,
know
but at the
this.
same time, it's a beautiful way of using wood that you couldn't normally use. And that was actually a really fun one because they were kind of some pretty unique pieces of wood, and then it just turned out beautiful.
Yeah,
and
the orange is
the
so
color
beautiful.
matched.
Yeah. Is it a maple?
It's a maple.
Yeah. Now, Mark, I do want to show off a little bit of what I like to call Bryn trim. And if you wouldn't mind, we're going to shut you off for just 1 second.
Sure.
So can you shut that door so I can start to show just a little bit of Bryn?
Yeah, and I'll just give Bryn a quick little shout to that guy is a wood ninja. He knows so much of what he's doing, the detail and meticulousness that he puts behind everything.
So this is what I was talking about with the Bryn trim. This is not an easy thing to do when you're a woodworker, guys.
It's gorgeous.
And he, Bryn, that's why we call it Bryn trim, worked it into your window trims.
And right, I took off normally these turn windows, which are great because they are awning windows and you can have them open. So you can have them open, and normally they come with these faces that have a blackout screen and a
Sure.
bug screen. But I said, I don't want them. I want Bryn trim.
Yes, I do love that.
And then Cale Austin made the covers for these, so we already have blackout covers that he made for the whole van.
So behind you, you have a phenomenal galley, very signature piece that a lot of van builders do is the drop in counter thing and majiggy.
Yes.
And obviously they got the Bryn trim above it. Mark, anything out of the ordinary into this guy?
Well, what I'll say is, we did a split galley kind of based off of what Maydell wanted. And then Maydell, picked out some really beautiful pieces for the sink and faucet. So
Yeah,
it's actually
crazy.
very, yeah.
So all these fixtures were all you, Maydell?
This is like,
Yeah,
I bought
so-
this, and I bought the sink, which is a black stainless steel.
And I know you're a lot like me. Our tastes are expensive.
Yeah.
So that is an
It's
expensive
ridiculous.
taste. Yeah, it is. It's a really bad.
It's more expensive than what we have in our house.
Oh no way.
Oh yeah, way.
Oh yeah,
Lots,
wait,
lots
she
ways.
says. Can I open one of these
Yes,
drawers?
please.
So, this is some of your stuff actually.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't even realize that. I'm sorry.
These are tiny little sponges that if you put them in water, they turn into actually washcloths.
Okay, cool.
Under cabinet, we have the gray water tank and water filter, but also their subwoofer for their stereo system.
Oh, is that the sub back there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Water
And then
filter,
the gray water tank is hooked up onto a ball valve, so
which is fabulous. And I love the lid that you can clean. Get in there and clean it.
Thank you. I'm glad that you said that because a lot of gray water tanks you can't reach your hand
You
in.
want to get in there and clean that out. Yeah, I
But
love
then
that.
we also made it a permanent thing, so you're not taking that 50 pounds in and out.
Right.
We're hooked up to a ball valve, which then, so you can see it, then you can just hit the switch and
Yep.
drain your.
And then, Mark, fresh water. Where is this fresh water coming from?
So the fresh water, we have a 32-gallon over-the-wheel well water tank.
Oh, you went with the big one, huh?
Yeah. So
Or
there's-
Maydell went with the big one.
Yeah. So there's actually between the Van Life Tech hot water.
Okay.
And the fresh water, we have 36 gallons of fresh water on board. You'll see a little window in the back there, and maybe Maydell can turn the little light switch on, which is down by the Brava.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that gives you your fresh water level.
Just a light like behind it,
Yeah.
It's full now,
so you can
can't see the
you can
level.
illuminate it. Yeah,
Right.
that's all. That's an illuminated tank.
You can illuminate it and see how much water you actually had.
So this van was designed to be in freezing temperatures, 4 seasons. I can be in hot, I can be in cold.
Absolutely.
You have an AC on board, you have a heater on board that's ridiculous. So your tanks will never freeze, Mark.
Yes.
And
Okay.
the lithium batteries will stay.
And your lithium batteries. Thank you so much. You touched upon it. What is our power system, Marky?
We have a.
Did I just call you Marky?
You just called me Dad calls me Marky.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Anyways, I'll let it slide.
Thank you, thank you.
We have 630 amp hours of lithium battery.
That's a lot of power.
3,000 watt inverter.
Why did you go with that much power?
Because I wanted all the power. all the solar panels and all the power.
Let's see, 370 watt solar panels up on the roof.
Big ones,
So
huh?
they've got 740
Yeah.
and charge on the alternator and also the shore power. So we always have the 3 points of charge.
600 plus amp hours, which obviously can run that cruising comfort, which is probably the biggest power draw that you have on this board. On the
We also have the Brava oven.
And the Brava oven.
The biggest power draw is the Brava oven.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How many? What's the watt on that?
It's an consistent 1800 watts, but then it has some peak on it. But what's great about the Brava is that it's a fully digitized oven, so you can go in and you can cook a full pizza in there in 6 minutes.
You have
So-
you put an electric oven in a van.
This
Yeah.
is heats by light.
It's by light.
Light heat.
Brava.
Infrared.
It's like a
Infrared.
bake oven.
It's an easy bake oven for adults. I love that. I have yet to see one of these in a van.
It's really a cool thing. It's also got a little bit of specificity to it. You really have to use the right inverter. You have to use the right power cables and stuff. So for anyone that's looking to put a Brava in, please.
There's a
contact
lot of
us.
troubleshooting,
There's
right?
a lot of troubleshooting and a lot of things that you have to do. So just make sure that if it is something that you're interested in, to reach out to us so that we can steer you in the right direction. That being said, it's a great product in the sense that a pizza usually would take a convection oven about 25 minutes at 1200 watts, where this runs 1800 watts and will cook a pizza in 6 minutes. And then what's also fun is it kind of helps you provoke some more healthy eating, because
Sure.
you can actually sear meat in it, which is one of the only ovens
And there are zones actually.
that does
in
that.
Yeah.
And then there's different zones, so you can have your little pieces of steak, you can have some Brussels sprouts, and then maybe some cherry tomatoes. It'll cook all 3 of those zones at different levels, so when you pull the tray out, it's kind of like the Jetsons oven, where you all of a sudden have a 3-course meal.
So are you like a sales rep for Brava? Is that what you're doing?
I'm so excited about it. it's
Sorry.
just such a cool thing.
Now, is this your only apparatus to cook?
No, we have this too.
Oh, what is this? Do you see how sarcastic I am there? Oh, wow. We have a dual induction cooktop,
Right, and it's a great size.
which is another 1800 watt, thingamajiggy here.
It is another 1800 watts.
These balance though, so you can only use 1800 at a time.
Per Maydell's request, we made
Yes.
this little cover.
This is really
because
nice.
A lot of people, what they experience is something dropping down
And
onto their
cracking
glass
that
top,
glass.
and then their induction cooktop gets broken.
All right, I'm going to switch sides with you guys. We're going to get
Okay.
some cool details here in the back. Do you want to touch on this guy right here, Mark?
Yeah, the shower was something that Maydell was like, we got to have a really beautiful, fun shower. And then she came to me with these brass, antique brass.
I'm going to open one
portholes.
while you're talking.
Bronze. Okay, so bronze portholes.
And they open.
And was like, can you do something with these?
Mark, did you weigh these?
They weigh about 25 pounds a piece.
I didn't know that.
And so,
I love them so much.
with the cavitation and everything, we're like, well, we can't just build a wood wall here. So this whole entire shower is actually was welded and framed by my welder, Anthony.
And you can see that
Picture
framing
press.
in the video that you did
Yes,
before.
very much so. And
Yeah.
it is totally framed out. And I was like, man, I hope this thing works. And I knew it was going to. It was just one of those things. I'm like, oh, I cannot believe you guys are doing this.
And then what's really unique is, given that it was an aluminum frame structure, we were able to include the ductwork, and we made a flat ductwork for the air conditioner.
So the AC ducting goes up along this wall?
The AC ducting is up the wall, and then we have a little transom shower. So this lid pops up.
Yeah.
And then we're able to pull out this retractable shower head, and then that just goes into the top piece up here.
That's nifty.
And then when you're done, you can just pull it down and stick it away, which is really convenient because when you're driving down the road, you don't get that slap.
And I believe you even put a vent fan in here, if I'm not... There it is.
Yeah, we put a little vent fan in there.
And the best thing he put in.
Yeah, and then the
oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. How did I forget this? I'll do a video from above on that.
is that we're able to have this waterproof door.
Okay.
And then this drawer actually pulls out. And
that's a freaking toilet that slides out.
There's your toilet, yeah.
I honest to God, I was wondering why there wasn't a drawer here.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what happens.
And that's the reason why, yep.
One with a compost.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Sea
head, and it just literally, it hides.
So this can be kind of still a showpiece without having to stare at a toilet. She did all this little effervescence. Maydell actually did the tiling.
I'm gonna put this toilet back in if that's okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to, that's so easy. I just did that one-handed, everybody.
White tile on the bottom, and then did like some effervescence of that white tile kind of coming up into the walls.
And then it kind of bled up, yeah. And then it also into this back here too. I like that.
Again, Kale knocked it out of the park on the upholstery side of things and made a shower curtain out of the same fabric that we have for the headliner and some of the other fabric wrapping.
Mark, I see Bryn trim behind you. I see more Bryn trim on the other side, and I see a deer's head.
All the curves, yeah.
That came from England.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then this little guy here pulls out.
There's a table, because they're both sitting on benches, everybody.
And then there's a little drop down that comes down so that this is nice and sturdy, and it's all gravity, and then when you just push this back up, then you just slide it right back in.
Now, I didn't even mention what chassis we're on. Nobody mentioned it.
Oh, right.
Because there's a lot of room. You've got a shower, you've got a queen-size bed, you've got a 2 seating right here, 1 galley with a Brava, another galley, and how did you get all this room?
We're in a 148 extended 2015 Ford Transit, which is great for Mike because Mike's got some height to him, so he's able to stand in here without having to bend his head. Transits are a beautiful machine, but they're also very challenging on the woodworking side because they are narrow and then they belly out, then they narrow back in, and then the walls go up and narrow and kind of do fun things.
You put a bunch of detail back here as well. That's like, did we just have the AC kick on us?
The AC just kicked on.
The AC just kicked on because we're getting hot up in here?
Yeah, I guess
because we were demonstrating it earlier.
Oh, is that what? Okay. Because Anthony was walking you through the systems and whatnot?
Yeah.
That's hysterical. Now, Mark, now that the AC is on, the vents are right up here, as I know.
Yeah, cold air is always going to sink, right?
Right.
So if it comes out high, then it's going to distribute throughout the rest of the van. And then to help give this a little bit of distribution, we put in a Sirocco 12-volt fan, and then made the vents very small and condensed so that it really pushed the air out, and it actually cools down in here very quickly.
I'm already freezing, guys.
Do you want to
No, you're.
get a picture of it?
I'm gonna get. Oh, Maydell's gonna get on my way. She's gonna get the shower for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin around here. For everybody that says the cruising comforts are loud, it's really not that loud.
It's not. A train.
Yeah, there was a train there, everybody. Thank you, Mike. This is the Van Life Tech system. Now, what's really nice about where you put the AC, Mark, was it's centrally located in the van, but it's also by their bed.
Yes.
So they can sleep comfortably at night.
Yes.
Thank you. Mark just turned off the entire system. But this is the Van Life Tech system. So what's nice about the Cruising Comforts, it actually integrates with Troy's box, which is really nice. So the entire heating and cooling is all controlled right here.
Yes. Troy was able to figure out a method of being able to tie into their controller and put it into his controller. So it worked out really great.
And what's also, the AC just shut off on us.
Hi, Moon.
Hi, Moon. Other than obviously all controlled on one thing, what else can you do with this system?
Well, what's really awesome about it is you can set it all up on Bluetooth, and so you can actually...
Or, I guess Wi-Fi, right? Or whatever.
Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Right, right.
And so you can actually set it up to where if you go for a hike, you can turn it on so that the vehicle's nice and cold or warm.
Through an app, I believe, right?
Through an app.
Which is really nice for these guys down here, because sometimes we don't travel with or they're not going to go everywhere with us.
Right.
Or right up over your head. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right
no,
up over your
it's all
head.
good. Yeah.
You have these upper cabinets.
Yep.
Again, you don't have a CNC machine.
No, we do not.
What did you do about those handles?
More
This was-
Brin.
This
yeah.
is all Brin. This is
This
a
was-
new added to the Brin trim.
Emphasize how handcrafted this really is.
Yes.
All these little pieces and trims and handles and counter.
Thanks for opening that.
He counter
Sunk.
sunk. We're not countersunk, but put this other little lip on here so
Oh,
that
yeah.
it actually
can get a real close-up
counterbalances
of
the
that.
actual handle. So
Wow.
It's ergonomically delightful.
yeah,
Ergonomically delightful. What a term.
yeah.
Holy Christmas.
They've got the flare spaces in, but then again, my crew just completely knocked it out of the park, and they put in these 6-inch wide
I remember these going in.
window rings that are all solid fur.
I'm going to actually turn
And-
around and I'm going to show on my side because I'm next to them.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's huge. Are these your pillows, Maydell? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They are so, like, comfy.
They're linen.
Are they linen?
Yeah.
They are, like...
Same. This is better bedding than we have.
let's move to the outside and we can finish off with the trunk and garage space.
Sounds great.
All right, so we're back to the outside. Sorry about the acoustics again. Wrap job was all you.
Yeah, I wanted that beautiful mustardy butterscotch color, and the green stripe is Marc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice breakup of the color, Marc. You got an awning, pretty standard. But what is this white tube up here? What's going on here, buddy?
Again, another fabrication that Anthony did that just knocked it out of the park. Dell was like, I have to have an outdoor carpet.
Okay.
And we were trying to scratch our heads of like, how in the heck are we gonna get this thing? And Maydell was like, well, just put it in a PVC pipe. And we're like,
No.
Well, that's what I
No.
would have done.
So what is that? Is that like welded aluminum?
So it is a welded aluminum tube, powder coated.
Mounted to the side of the van.
It's the same material that the big gas company trucks use
Oh
for
my God.
for their hoses and stuff when they fill up the gas stations.
You don't have to just put a carpet in there. You could put friggin' anything in that thing.
You really can. We left a little bit of room in the back. We didn't put the biggest awning on, but
Okay.
left a little bit of room so you could stick a little telescoping ladder up there. And then,
Oh, you even have a locking mechanism on this thing.
yeah.
You went with a suspension upgrade and obviously beautiful tires, and I love those rims. I have black rhinos myself.
Put an 1.5-inch lift, a full suspension kit from Van Compass. We also installed an air compressor.
Is that what this golden tube
So,
back
yeah,
here
that's
is?
the little air chuck for the air compressor.
You want to open up my garage for me?
Yeah.
Mike stepping in. I love it, dude. Thank you.
You match.
Yeah, you do, actually. Looks like Kale's got a whole bunch of covers for us.
Yeah, so.
And that's where the magnets are. Look at that.
Yeah.
The blackout. I like it. Thank you, Mike. He's the only one thinking out of all of us, by the way, everybody. This guy's
like-
stepping up.
This big garage space. And then what's really cool, I'm going to step in really quick again.
Please, go ahead. By the way, he did not mention this, but this is your outdoor shower.
Yes, it is.
So what's really cool, if you can
And now he's up there
see
talking again.
this,
Jeez.
If these guys want to just kind of park it and have the north rim of the Grand Canyon out the back door to kind
Sure.
of like sit and have a glass of wine, then we can put together this
What?
Yeah.
thing, and then we have a nice.
This was a complete surprise. It was
This was a surprise? You didn't know this was happening?
not known this. It's amazing. Totally amazing. Yeah.
Who did this masterpiece?
Again, my fabricator Anthony came up with everything that he does. Researched the hinges and yeah, put it together and.
So you can come up here, you can sit down, you can have some coffee, you can have some wine, just hang out and watch sunsets like over a lake or a mountain or a valley or whatever it may be.
Whatever. And then it's really simple. You just push it forward and then it just lays right back down.
That is nifty, huh?
So pretty sweet.
Mark, what else can we show here that you have knocked out of the park yet again? The video is long enough as it is.
Extra gray water tank.
You have an
I'm
extra
ready for
gray water
shower.
tank?
Yeah.
Oh, you have another gray water for the shower?
So that also has a ball valve release.
Of course it
Yeah.
does. Why wouldn't you, Mark?
Honestly, again, we did all these little pieces and parts that you would typically get in a van, but really what sets this apart, has these guys the most excited, is just the craft, the handcraft and the craft that went into this.
So Maydell and Mike, you guys are about to leave. You're about to get on your travels right now. So I really hope you guys have some great memories in this van and travel well. Well, Mark, I guess I'm probably going to see you soon. I can't get rid of you for some reason.
Yeah, same thing. Same.
So again, thank you so much for Maydell and Mike for allowing me to do this to your wonderful new
Yeah,
travel
thank you.
home, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to call it a travel
It's
home.
a travel home.
Thank you, Jarrod. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I love doing what I do. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.